too.
Yeah,
So
but I think in that sense we kind of like we live in a very very privileged world where
mhm.
even like even so like we have the what is it, the capacity to say I don't want this food, whereas like
Right.
primitive, like a primitive world, for example, when we first like we didn't have civilization, we'd have like humans would barely eat. They would take well they would eat like 3 days apart of each other,
Mhm.
and like when they ate they would actually actively go out and hunt their 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 meals, and often enough they were like really like big, fucking lions or tigers or whatever, like sabers back in the day or some shit. So like I feel like yeah, right now we kind of live like in a very very privileged circumstance, and it's very sort of like
I agree.
I mean, that's what civilization is, though. The evolution of civilization correlates with us having more and more comfort
yeah
in exchange for autonomy, in a sense.
yeah
That's what like technology is doing.
yeah
Like, let's say in 20 to 25 years, all factories become automated, right?
yeah
Result is we don't have to go outside to get our thing. It gets shipped to us, everything's automated.
yeah
Result, though, for us is also that we don't go outside. We don't like have the capacity, or those who grow up in that generation won't know what it's like to go out and get something. It's
To
going
go
to cost.
shop, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know, it's
I feel like
that's a
civilized.
microcosm, but
yeah
I agree in a sense that people will be atrophied at home if everything goes
yeah
automated, but I feel like at the same time when Phil say civilization equals comfort, I I have to disagree with that because
Mhm.
like previous civilizations who did not have like that sort of comfort that we have today, like previous civilizations, like the old civilizations,
Yeah, but they
like
evolved.
they
That's the
they,
thing. I feel
they
like
did, of course.
evolution comes with a well, the trend of evolution is favoring comfort over kind of a
more independent sort of way of
yeah,
living, yeah
Mhm.
because the idea of the social contract is we have external forces or people
yeah
or things to protect us
mm.
so that we can live our lives safely. That's
Mhm.
the foundation of society.
Yeah, yeah. Consequence of that is we have internal conflict, which is so fucking retarded because it's
Well,
just
Yeah.
that's
so
When
dumb.
there's no conflict outside, we kill each other from the
No, but the
inside.
thing is, the conflicts that we
Right.
have internally is so like it's so benign. It doesn't make sense. Like it just like when you look at it in a grand scheme of things, right? Before when you or like in the ideas of what we've just discussed, where we say we're in a like survival situation,
Mhm.
most people would work together, right? Because it benefits everyone's survival.
For the survival of everybody.
But because we're in such a like a peace mindset, like now it's like our minds are kind of like striving to find an opposition to like sort of like nowadays you're trying to like you would actually you need to give yourself a reason for you to go outside, like you know what I mean, like now it's like oh
Mm.
because if I stay here, I'm cool, like I don't need to go outside and meet people. I need to People are bad, people are this and that. I'm guilty of that shit, obviously, but like you have this sort of like this need to sort of like I gotta give reason for everything instead of like back in the day we just go outside because it's cool.
Just
Just go
go
outside.
outside. Yeah.
Just go outside. Now it's like I need to go outside to work out. You know what I mean? It's kind of sad.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like now because of the pandemic, everything has to be. I feel like people are forced to find a reason to get out because of the pandemic. I feel like people before like the whole lockdown and pandemic happened were freely going outside without even having a specific reason to go outside. Like you could just go outside to just enjoy the sun, you know?
Yeah.
But it's kind of tough with like COVID restrictions and stuff like that
No,
nowadays.
I get that, but like even though no, even like pre-COVID, a lot of people would go outside and they would just like they would go to bars and stuff, and they would just like go to clubs and stuff. Like that's not really going outside. That's just like going to a different facility. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's like going from a box to a box. I feel
Yeah,
like
well,
I want
exactly.
to go
that's
out. I feel
that's
like I
kind
want
of
to go
the city
outside.
life, though. To be
Yeah,
fair,
yeah, but if but I'm no, just not just city life. I'm talking about like general stuff. Like even if you live in a city, you can still go out and just enjoy the sun.
yeah,
You know?
that is true. But
enjoy like a walk and stuff
You know,
around the
you know, how,
city.
like your
Yeah.
parents would describe going to like school, be like 14-hour terrain would take like 2 hours for us to go to school.
I didn't believe that
We'll go
because
through trenches, you know what I mean? Like nowadays, it's like yo, bro, you to go to school, we have to open our laptops, bro. That's crazy, man. Like, you
Hey,
know how much
man.
work I had to do to open up and press the on button on my
But
laptop.
that's the evolution that Phil was talking about. Like
Yeah.
the more time goes on, the more the more civilization evolves over time. He says like now before like in our generation, like me and Daryl when we were in high school, like and even Phil, we write our essays like on pen and paper.
Yeah.
Now in the same grade, the same
Yo,
concept.
for real, what the
You're-
fuck? Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
generation
We're
that
writing on
passed from paper
their
to
iPads. They're all on iPads now. They don't like they barely write shit. I'm saying
Yeah.
like even they do the calculations, but with an iPad pen. Like they
What I-
write
what-
on their tablets, not
what
like on piece like paper and stuff.
Yeah,
like
but what I
like
find
we used to do.
I find it interesting is the reasoning before because it'll help the environment. But the thing is, the thing that you create that you use to create the actual laptop itself is
Is from the environment. Like
no, it's a game. It ruins the environment. Like
Yeah,
it fucking chips, microchips, and all that shit. Like what the fuck?
yeah. And where do you think it comes from? Like all
You know what I'm
that kind
saying,
of
man?
plastic. It's from natural resources. And
No,
where do
but
you
I'm
get the natural resources? From the planet. Like
yeah, but
it's
most people they
same
just
circle.
toss it. That's the thing. They don't recycle that shit. So the worst part is
Yeah.
even
Yeah,
afterwards,
you
like
have to
paper.
recycle
Bro,
your
they
electronics, folks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
paper
they
at least
throw
is
away their
recycled.
like perfectly functional iPad just to get the new one that came
Yeah.
out the next year, but it works perfectly fine. They just throw it away because they don't want it no more.
I feel like that's Apple conditioning people to do that, though.
Yeah,
That specific case, I think
I
it's
mean Apple's a trend
No, I
anyway.
mean,
Like
well, I
people
mean,
getting iPhones just because it's trendy.
no, I
Yeah.
mean previously as well for like old cell phones, like Blackberries and even like Nokia's and all that stuff. They would also like they would get the new versions of it. They would just toss the rest of them. Like they'll have like mad like 5 phones in their freaking like their
Yeah,
closet.
yeah,
And they
5
would
flip
just toss
phones.
it in the
The
garbage.
flip phones that go like this, like
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so like I don't know. Now it's Apple.
I miss
is-
those phones, man. I miss the simple
Yeah.
life.
I mean, Apple's
I
the biggest
miss
industry, but yeah.
I miss the time where like everybody was freaking out about the iPhone 4S. Remember that? Like, oh my god, they put Siri in the phone.
You put a Siri in the phone, yeah. But yeah,